Li in Bulgarian language. Did you know that this tiny word can completely change the meaning of the sentence if you don't use it correctly? So let's explore it together, the different ways to use li in Bulgarian. First of all, when we use li, it is when we want to ask a question in Bulgarian. What kind of question? A yes and or no type of question. For example, you can say, Той обича ли кафе? Does he love coffee? So the answer here is yes or no. So the answer here cannot be yes, he likes coffee but only with milk, or the answer it's not yes, he likes coffee because he cannot work without coffee. Yeah, so you don't give any other details. It's important to know. If you want to ask different type of question, then you use a question word like какъв, what, какво, защо, why, and so on. If we talk about li, let's take one simple sentence. Let's use the example we just said. Той обича кафе. He loves coffee. Okay? 3 words in this simple sentence. And normally, yeah, I agree with you. You've heard it. Той обича ли кафе? What I just said in the beginning. Does he like coffee? Okay? So imagine you put той обича ли, you put li after the verb, and then you emphasize that you're asking a question about the verb. He loves or he hates coffee. Okay? So here the stress it's on the verb. But did you know that you can put li even on different places in the sentence? For example, той ли обича кафе? You hear it? You put li after той, after he. So here the question is, he loves coffee, or she, or they? You're asking a question about the word that you put li after it. Той ли обича кафе? You follow it? Following the same logic, you can put li even after the word coffee. Той обича кафе ли? Here, you're asking about the coffee. He loves coffee or tea or rakia. Yeah? What he loves to drink. So, той обича кафе ли? You put li after cafe. So I remind you, after the word you put li, this is the word that you stress in your sentence. You hear it how even in my intonation, you can feel the difference. Let's do it again. Той ли обича кафе? He loves coffee or someone else? Той обича ли кафе? He loves coffee, he hates coffee, you're asking about the verb. Той обича кафе ли? You're asking a question about the coffee. He loves coffee or tea. You can use this rule in many other different situations. She lives in Varna. Тя живее в Варна. And you can say, тя ли живее във Варна? She lives in Varna or someone else? Тя живее ли във Варна? She lives in Varna or she's just visiting? Тя живее във Варна ли? She lives in Varna or in Sofia? Okay? Feel free to write in the comments under this video your own examples. Try to practice this with li, and we will correct you. Or if you have any other questions, also feel free to write us. We have many learning materials that we create in our educational center, and for example, we have a lot of exercises for this rule, because believe me, now you can understand it. I hope you understand it. But based on my experience with our students, this rule is very easily forgotten, especially when you advance, when you become already on level B1, you forget what you've learned in the beginning. So sometimes you need constant repetition or constant rules, or just to see it in different situations, how you put this in real practice. Because it's one thing, something that we explain to you in our videos. It's another thing to put it in practice, and a whole different thing to really use it you yourself. This is what I like to say, the passive understanding and the active understanding. Passive is when you understand something and you put it in your passive memory. Active, it's when I ask you a question or when you do an exercise and when you take it and use it actively on your speech. Okay? My name is Christina. I'm the founder of Educational Center Christina Progress. I've actually studied quite a long time, especially language studies, linguistics, or techniques, how you teach. I have a PhD in philology, and I don't like to mention it so often just because I believe that just your studies, let's say in a dry way, they don't make you a good teacher. You should have this knowledge, and at the same time, you should have a lot of practice with real students so that you can call yourself a real teacher. You should understand the problems of the students and you should be able to give solutions to them. A little bit how learning a language, just learning in a dry, heavy way doesn't make you a good student, or actually doesn't make you actually a good Bulgarian language speaker. But having this knowledge, let's say in our videos, learning with us, can give you this knowledge that you need to have a strong foundation of the language. At the same time, if you don't put it into practice, in exercise, in your everyday life, with your relatives or with your friends, then it stays only, how to say, not finished. So there is a whole different video that we can make about these learning processes. If you're interested to see it, let us know in the comments or text us or write us so that we know if you're interested in more videos this way. But we can give you a lot of tips and tricks on how to learn a language. It's very important to have a professional who is helping you in this way and someone who can support you. Because believe me, learning a language, it's a long process. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, what I like to say. We're here to help you. We have many different resources and I hope you use them so that you can make your Bulgarian language sound more natural.